Okay, so in this video we're looking at savings accounts again. We're looking at the second method of calculating the interest on your savings account with your bank. It's called the daily balance method. Now it is slightly more complicated, but if you go about setting it out in a smart, sensible way, you shouldn't have too much trouble with it. Let's go through it so we can see what's going on. In the last video we looked at somebody's bank account and we ran through that. We can see that they deposited $100 on the 3rd, they deposited $500 on the 7th, they took some money out, $678.50 on the 21st, and they put some more money in on the 28th of the 7th. Now the daily balance method, the way that it works is we need to figure out first how many days each of these things are, how many days each balance happens for. Now, first of all, at the beginning of the month, this person had a balance of $337 minus $100. So, at the beginning of the month, from the 1st of the month, they had a balance of $237.50. 100 minus that. And that was for 2 days. That was for the 1st and for the 2nd of the month. Now, we can see that on the 3rd, they deposited $337.50. So that's another one. Now we can say that they had that balance on the 3rd, the 4th, the 5th and the 6th. They had it for 4 days. Now the next balance they had was $837.50, and they had that balance from the 7th of the 7th to the 21st of the 7th. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Stop at 20 because on the 21st the balance changed. That's 14 days where they had it at that balance. Now, from the 21st to the 28th, they had a balance of only $159.50. Again, count it on your fingers. I know it looks silly, but it's going to make sure you don't get it wrong. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Just up to 27 because on the 28th the balance changed. That's 7 days at that balance. And finally, on the 28th of the 7th, the balance changed to $209.50. Now that will give us let's see, 30 days have September, April, June and November, all the rest of 31. 31 days in July, so 28, 29, 30, 31. It looks like 4 days with that balance. Whew. Okay, so now we know that we have a balance of this for 2 days, a balance of this for 4, for 14, for 7 and for 4. Now we need to do a calculation, a simple interest calculation for each of those amounts. Okay, a lot of work here. Now I equals PRT, remember that, I'm not going to write it down because I've got limited space here. Now the principal is the balance, $237.50, times the rate, I equals PRT. The rate is 7% interest, 0.07, multiplied by the time. Now this is where things get sort of annoying with our fractions. 2 days, 2 out of 365. So you're going to need to multiply that by 2 out of 365. $237.50 times the interest rate, 0.07, times 2 over 365, because that's how many days it was. If you type that into your calculator, you'll get a huge amount of interest, 0.0911, about 9 cents interest there. Now you've got to do the same for each row. So $337.50 times the interest rate, that's never going to change, 0.07, times the amount of days, 4. So 4 out of 365. Again, we're going to get a big amount of interest here, 0.2589. Working down, $837.50 times 0.07 times 14 out of 365. Put that into your calculator, $2.24, 86. Make sure you're keeping it to at least 4 decimal places as you go through these. Don't round too early. We'll round at the very end. $159.50, $159.50 times 0.07 times 7 days out of 365. That'll give us 0.2141. Now finally, last one, $209.50 for 4 days, $209.50 times 0.07 times 4 over 365. That'll give you 0.1607. So they need to pay us those amounts of interest for those balances for those particular days. At the end of the month, they're going to do this calculation just like we've done here, add it all up, and then pay you that amount. So here at the very bottom, I'm going to put a little total. You add up all of those, and I'm going to get a grand total of $2.9734. Okay, now the bank at the end of this month apparently owes us $2.97 and then a little bit extra. They're going to round here. They're going to round to the nearest cent. So make sure that when you do this question, you do not forget at the very end, not beforehand, but at the very end to round to 2 decimal places. So our final answer here, the interest that we earn on this bank account is $2.97. That's calculating interest on a savings account using the daily balance method.